Sometimes love can bloom in the strangest of places. There's no denying that Chad has been a changed man on Days of Our Lives ever since Abigail's murder. Driven, haunted and morose, his every interaction is clouded by his pain. It's been heartbreaking to watch, but the only real time he comes alive these days is when he's pushing to find Abigail's murderer. More, Galen Gering sets a sad sight right. Hopefully, his talking to Marlena will help, but if not, perhaps putting his wife's murder to rest, and finding a new love while he's at it, could do the trick. And there is one person, believe it or not, who could help with both of those things: Gwen. Don't believe us? Unlike Lucas, Clyde, Sarah or even Leo, Gwen is the first of the suspects that Chad's really taken the time to talk to. And more importantly, listen to. Mostly, for the past couple months, Rafe's gotten a new lead and arrested someone, only for Chad to run down to the police precinct to yell at said suspect until they're cleared, released and forgotten. But not Gwen. He talked long enough to actually start believing her sincerity. Almost. The fact that the show's taken the time to give these two characters such powerful scenes together seems like they're setting us up for something, and it's not Gwen being proven as the killer. At least, we're pretty sure it's not. History has a way of repeating itself. Especially in Salem. Credit, Jill Johnson/JPI. Chad clearly still has his doubts, but Gwen's sincerity seemed to be slowly burning through them. The turning point may have come when Gwen explained that Abigail was willing to forgive her and let her go the night of her murder, because she's Abigail. That, Chad replied, I believe. Abigail was a good person, willing to forgive her sister. At least to a degree. That could spur Chad to try to be a better person too and maybe, just maybe, forgive Gwen a little bit, especially once he learns of Sonny's stabbing. It was clearly done to frame Leo and imply that he killed Abigail too, as part of his revenge, but even if he is innocent, Chad would know without a doubt that Gwen didn't do it. This time, she wasn't just in prison, she talking to him when Sonny was stabbed. And with spoilers indicating that Gwen's about to be released, she'd be in the perfect position to help Chad figure out not just who murdered his wife, but who also stabbed his best friend. Would it be entirely selfless on her part? No, but she does seem to be determined to do better. Granted, that's only after trying and failing to frame Sarah. But hey, at the very least, she wasn't out to get Abigail the night she broke in. That has to count for something with Chad, once he finally believes her. And it would only be natural if the two ended up growing closer and trusting each other more if they worked together to get real justice for Abigail. And grief, well, that can work on you in mysterious ways. You'd be doing me a real solid here, Chad, if you could distract Gwen for a bit. Credit, Jill Johnson/JPI. More, we know the attraction is there, seeing as how she did seduce him at one point. We also know that they were friends once. Gwen's unhealthy obsession with her sister put the kibosh on that, but it doesn't mean it's gone forever. Clearly, the two got along, which is saying a lot. While Chad is one of the best the Demarest have to offer, there are a whole lot of people in Salem who would most definitely not say the same about Gwen. In fact, they probably wouldn't even understand the pull, at least not at first. Yes, they have a lot of bad blood between them, but as Gabby herself just told Ava the other day, there's a very fine line between love and hate, especially when it comes to the Demarest. More, Katie McLean debuts her new look. There's a crackling energy between the two characters whenever they're on screen together, and that may just be enough to blur that line. If Gwen can help give Chad the justice he so craves and the peace he so desperately needs, who are we to say no? Brush up on their history together with our photo gallery of the many spoilers who tried to come between Chad and Abigail over the years, including Gwen.